what's happening. So today I'm going to be taking off the front bumper. Built the bumper a while ago, but never ever got it properly powder coated or anything, just kind of rattle canned it. And when I first built it, it was just the center section, but then I put on the bush bars on the side, and I've never painted them or nothing, so they're starting to get rusty on me. I put them on a couple months ago, but I want to take off the bumper and actually take it to the powder coater, get it sandblasted and re-coated. Probably going to do a silver, I think, but I'm going to take the bumper off. First thing I do is pop the lights out, unhook the winch, and it's actually quite easy. There's only, 6 bolts on either side, and the whole bumper just kind of slides off. So I'll get that stuff all unbuttoned and go from there. So you can really see up close the damages and the scratches, and it's all just kind of starting to rust. We got lots of fallout from the road on here. Not too bad. Let's get these bolts out here. Got one side off, winch is unhooked. Just got to do this other side after. As far as a winch, I'm running a Runva. It's rated as a 11,000 pound winch. It's never left me stranded. It's always worked. Synthetic line, 50 feet. It's got a remote. I got it from Costco. Got it for real cheap. It was like 500 bucks Canadian to my door. Can't really complain about that. I would like to get a new cord and a fair lead, but whatever. It is what it is. Back to wrenching. Alright, so we got the bumper off, pretty slack. It took me about 20 minutes. Just got to strip the winch off and take the plate off, but I'm just struggling a little bit. The winch bolts are just in a really tight spot. Luckily I got a little ratcheting shorty here that I'm going to hopefully get some success with. Yeah, once I get that out, I'm going to go take this to get welded here, get these capped off, and then it's ready for powder coating. Let's go. Hopefully I can take it down to the powder coater this week, and then we're going back to Saskatchewan here in like a week and a half. And then once we get back home from Saskatchewan, I'll have some new driving lights to put on here from Vivid Lumen, and hopefully the bumper's powder coated by the time I get back in a few weeks, and then I can throw this back on with the new lights and all looking sharp and get her back on Patty. Been getting a lot of questions about under the hood of Patty. It's pretty straightforward. Everything's pretty much stock. Other than this side, made some room when I got rid of the factory air box. The way the snorkel's coming down, it's plumbed into a 3-inch flex pipe, comes from back here under the fender and up into a couple couplers and an inline air filter. Works pretty good. I haven't taken out the air filter to inspect it yet since I put the pre-filter on, so I'm not sure if it's giving me any results, but it's catching snow when we're wheeling, so it must be doing something. Just gonna show I got a 6-gang switch for all my lights. They all run through here. It's actually a pretty nice setup. He's got a live for each accessory right there. They go into here, it's all relayed. It's got fuses. It's really nice for wiring. It makes stuff really easy. This solenoid here is out of a golf cart. That's what basically controls the power for my air compressor that's mounted under my bed. I was using old Ford truck starter solenoids, but they were, I was actually frying them, so decided to try this solenoid from a golf cart, and it actually works perfectly. I haven't had any issues with it, and I put that in probably about 6 to 8 months ago now, so that's been working really good. Ever since I did the coastal bumper on the R50s, they have a big ugly washer fluid tank that hangs down like right here, so I deleted that, ran everything under my cross member over to here. I got a couple side-by-side washer fluid tank setups. I just got them off Amazon. They're cheap too. I think I got like 29 bucks a piece or something. And it's actually crazy. The OEM Nissan washer fluid pump actually just slid right into the port on here, so I didn't really have to do anything aside from extend the wires and the hoses over to here. Just a simple L bracket bolted down in there. This is where the factory air box used to be. But yeah, pretty straightforward under the hood. Not a lot going on. I just like stickers. All right, what's going on, guys? So I just got off work. I took the bumper off yesterday, and it's sitting right here now. Just heading over to Cam's house, and he's gonna zap it together. Just has a couple more welds to do. There's not very many. Basically just all the welds that we couldn't get to while the bumper was mounted on the front of Patty. So I'm gonna get that stuff touched up, and then tomorrow after work I'm gonna go drop it off at the powder coaters, and then we'll get her put back on the truck. All right, so we got the welds all done here. He's just outside cutting out the plug for the end of the bush bar. Little hack for anyone that has a coastal bumper. I don't know if they're all the same, but for an R50, that's a license plate bolt in there. Literally can't get to the back side of this unless it's off the truck. So if I had to swap out my plate, I'd have to pull out the bumper to swap the license plate. So we just tacked all 4 nuts, so now they're just threaded holes. If you ever get a coastal bumper, anyone who's watching this, and especially an R50, make sure you tack those, because you're not gonna get it on once it's on. Little hack. All right, so we got the bumper home. I'm gonna do a time lapse of me grinding, so we'll cut to that. Alright, so I got the bumpers all grinded up and ready to go. Just taking it up to the powder coater now. Hopefully they can get it done in a relatively quick time. As long as I get it before the end of the month, I'll be happy. What's going on? So I just picked up the bumper from the powder coaters, and man, it looks good. I'm pretty stoked to get it on. It's only been a week. I dropped it off last Tuesday, and it is Tuesday right now, so it only took them like 4 days to get it through the shop, which I was stoked about. The new driving lights showed up the other day, so I'll be able to put those on with the bumper. I was kind of waiting on whatever came first. I wasn't sure. Pretty pumped. I can't wait for some street legal driving lights. I've really taken care of most of the lighting on the front, and for off-road use I have honestly overkill in lights for sure, but I don't have any extra street legal lighting, so I figured I'd order some. I got a real nice deal over the Christmas break, and their Boxing Day sale was 30% off of pretty much everything on the whole website, which is super nice. And I actually won a $100 gift card on their Instagram, so figured I'd take the opportunity to get some real nice savings on those lights. They're pretty expensive, but I got such a good deal on them that I ain't mad at all. I can't wait to get the bumper on and show you guys powder coating. It looks pretty deadly, and I'm gonna put it on right now, so we'll skip to that. All right, now that Buddy's done being Mr. Plow over there and making a racket, I can actually shoot some video. The guy was just plowing out the corner over there. Bumper looks mint. Pretty stoked on it. There's a few pinholes in the weld, but that's to be expected. I'm not a perfectionist. I got the run butt tucked up in there real nice. It's in there perfectly. Even the, look how close this is. Can't make that up. I didn't even modify this. That's just the way it worked out. Pretty deadly. Yeah, I got the Vivid Lumen driving lights mounted, one of them so far. It's got a wire into the original fog light harness. I'm gonna run the driving lights off my switch on my dash, the OEM one. Got a little bit of a head start. Just got to get those lights finished and then wire in the plugs down here, and then I can throw the bumper on. Just gonna finish buttoning this up. It's gonna look good. All right, so we got the bumper lights mounted. I'm just working on wiring right now, but I have them hooked up to run on my factory fog lamp. So that's nice, keep it all OEM. They work, I just tested them out. Don't do what I did and solder without putting the heat shrink on. I had to rip these apart and put the heat shrink on, and now I got to resolder it. But yeah, learn from my mistakes. Second last step, just got to get these wired and then I can bolt it on. Purdy. If you ain't got Vivid Lumen, then what you even doing? So personally, when I'm doing some automotive soldering, I like to pick up this stuff. Works really well. I don't know, I get it off Amazon. I used to use it at a shop that I used to work at. It was great. But yeah, I got that. I got some nice little simple strippers. You can set the gauge of the wire right here. Those are really nice to use, and I'm a fan of a torch. I know they're not ideal for small wires, but for this stuff it's perfect. It's nice and quick. This side all done. Heat shrink and soldered up. Looking good, nice and clean. Gonna do the same on this side, and yeah, we'll have the front end on right away. Well, it's starting to get dark out. Got the bumper on, and I must say, she looks mint. Color's pretty close, especially for powder coat. I think it's good enough. Looking good. Got the driving lamps in. They work nice. They match my hood lamps. They're all FNG3s. These are floods. These are hyper spots, and these are the SAE DOT driving lamps. See how they look? That's just normal headlights, and then that's with the driving lamps on. And I was able to get it hooked up to this switch right here. And best of all, they match my ditch lights. Looking good. I would not want to be in front of me. Beauty. I really love these FNGs. They're small, easy to add, great quality, great warranty. These have been on here for over a year, and there's like literally no rust on the screw, nothing. Looking good. Coming at you from the editing studio. I hope you guys liked what you saw here. Something a little different. I haven't been out camping in a little while just because we've been so busy, and I still felt like I needed to put something out there. I've been having lots of questions about the front bumper and what have you on the front of Patty, so I figured I would just get some footage that was buried in an old video vlog from kind of the first year starting off, so I just threw that up, and hopefully you guys find it somewhat informative. Yeah, and we'll see you guys on the next one. I promise the next one will be camping.